Now coming to the first pathology of mitral valve, which is mitral stenosis. The normal mitral valve orifice area is approximately 4 to 5 centimeters square. With rheumatic mitral stenosis, there is going to be thickening, commissural fusion and increased rigidity of the mitral valve leaflet, as well as thickening, fusion and contracture of the subvalvular apparatus, that is the chordae and the papillary head. And with long-standing rheumatic disease, calcium may get deposited at the stenosed valve and might increase the stenosis further. Physiologically, all these changes can result in obstruction at the level of mitral valve leaflet. The blood from the RA goes via tricuspid valve into right ventricle, goes into PA, then get oxygenated and come to LA. Through mitral valve, it goes into LV, and through aortic valve, it goes into aorta. Now, you have the mitral valve which is stenosed. The mitral valve is not opening properly and there is a resistance to flow here. So, the flow gets obstructed here, and what happens is the first chamber which gets affected is your left atrium. There is left atrial enlargement which reflects back into the pulmonary vein, increasing the pulmonary venous pressure, and it reflects back into pulmonary artery where your pulmonary artery enlarges, and because of your pulmonary artery pressure, your right ventricle enlarges, and as your right ventricle enlarges, there is TR which regurgitates the blood from the right ventricle to the right atrium. So, there is stenosis, left atrium enlarges, which reflects back on the pulmonary venous, and this pulmonary venous reflects back on the pulmonary artery, which causes right ventricular enlargement. As your right ventricular enlargement happens, there is some amount of blood which regurgitates from the right ventricle to the right atrium, which is recorded as tricuspid regurgitation. Symptoms of mitral stenosis usually occur when the valve area is less than 2.5 centimeters square. It is precipitated by clinical event where the flow across the valve. Already there is a stenotic valve, and if you are trying to increase the flow, the symptom may happen. And this type of increased flow can happen with your stress, exercise, anemia, pregnancy or any febrile illness. Symptom at rest without any exertion can happen when your valve orifice is less than 1.5 centimeters square. The obstruction across the mitral valve creates a gradient across the valve between the left atrium and the left ventricle. More severe the mitral stenosis, more narrowing of the mitral stenosis is going to increase your gradient as long the flow across the valve is held constant. The normal mitral valve area, as I said, is around 4 to 5 centimeters square, and it is called mild mitral stenosis when the valve orifice area is between 1.5 to 2.5 centimeters square. Here at rest, your LA pressure is normal, your pulmonary artery pressure is normal, and your cardiac output is normal. But with exertion, there might be a slight increase in LA pressure, your PA pressure goes up, and your flow across the valve also increases, and your cardiac output goes because of exercise. And it is called moderate mitral stenosis when the valve orifice area is between 1.1 to 1.5 centimeters square. Here at rest, there is a slight increase in LA pressure, your PA pressure is on the higher side, but cardiac output is maintained at rest. With exertion, your LA pressure goes up. The LA pressure almost increases twice. Your PA pressure also increases drastically, and your cardiac output is still maintained. That is very, very important. In case of severe mitral stenosis, the valve area is between 0.6 to 1 centimeter square. Here at rest only, the LA pressure is severely high, the PA pressure is almost systemic, and your cardiac output is decreased with rest, and with the exertion it drastically reduces. This is what happens to various hemodynamic parameter with various valve orifice